Good morning, welcome back to In the Garden, and a brand new year is upon us, Paul. And when we think brand new year, we always think those resolutions. And even though we're all trying to trim down, lose about 10 or 15 pounds, there's also some things in the garden that we can have as resolutions as well. What's the number one thing?
Wait, how's that weight loss thing going for you?
It's going well. I think I've lost about a quarter pound so far.
Okay, so as I drive in neighborhoods this time of year, mine, yours, anybody's,
Okay.
what I notice is an enormous absence of evergreens.
Yes.
So the landscapes are just full of deciduous plants. It's kind of boring. I mean, they
really
lose
is.
all their leaves. There's nothing to look at. So resolution number one, plant more evergreens.
Okay.
There's so many great choices out there that adapt really well to our climate. There's, shrub forms, dwarfs, mid-size, great big ones, whatever you want. But think in terms of planting more conifers in 2016.
Because that's the first thing we think about whenever spring gets here. We see the color, everything starts to green up again. So we don't have to wait. Let's just put some conifers out there and you can have green all winter long.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself.
Excellent, but I think you have some more on there.
Oh, I have several more, several more.
All right, Paul, what's resolution number two?
Well, this is one that's very dear to me. Plant more, grow more of your own food.
Okay.
Okay?
Easy.
So get a vegetable garden going, whether in the ground or in containers, but start growing more of your own food, herbs, all the things that you use in cooking, because local is all the rage these days. Well, you can't get much more local than your own backyard.
Okay, so even though we got spring coming up here in a month or two, we can still already start preparing for that at this time by getting those ideas of where we want this to go.
Absolutely. Start planning, start digging, start getting ready for that vegetable garden, because it'll be upon us before late February, sometimes I'm planting potatoes by then and onions. So it's going to be here before you know it.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, speaking of around the corner.
Okay, Paul, resolution number three, I think I figured out what it is, a compost.
Start a compost pile. And it can be literally that, just a pile out in your yard. Put the leaves, the grass clippings, kitchen scraps, all organic material, put it in there, turn it every now and then, and use that to amend your soil. Compost is the absolute greatest thing that you can add to your garden, whether it's ornamental beds, vegetable garden, whatever. If you don't like the unsightliness of just a pile, then there are all kinds of containment methods that you can use. Just stick them in an area where they do get full sun and aren't underneath a tree, because the tree roots will suck all those nutrients out of the compost. But remember, it's rot science. It's not rocket science. You just put it in there, let nature do its thing, and you'll have, within a few months, you'll have this magnificent compost that you can put in your garden.
Yeah, easy to do, and these make it real simple to put it over in a corner someplace where it looks nice, and again, you don't have to worry too much about any kind of rodents or anything getting in it.
You got it.
All right, what else do you have?
Speaking of things organic,
Okay.
literally go organic.
Okay.
When I started gardening 40 years ago, I started out as an organic gardening, and I've been a purist for all that time. Back then, it was considered kind of, granola and hippies, and that was true in my case as well. But now it's mainstream.
Okay.
I mean, especially the younger gardeners that come in, they only want organic products. So it's easy to switch. You just go cold turkey. If you've been using synthetic commercial fertilizers for years, that's fine. But you can make the switch abruptly, and there's all kinds of different organic fertilizers, organic pest control products, disease control products. It's the way of the world now.
And that's the nice thing over the last 10 or 15 years, if you want to go organic, is it used to be you just couldn't find anything like this. Now there's so many choices out there that it's easy to do it, and as you're saying, go cold turkey.
Yeah, the other funny thing is that we think of organic as something new. No, my grandfather farmed for many, many years organically. They didn't call it that back then, but they used manures. They didn't rely on synthetic fertilizers. So yeah, make the switch. It's easy, it's great, it's safe for pets and kids and all that.
Okay.
Time for one more?
One more, let's do it. All right, our final stop, Paul. Maybe it's a little bit cold outdoors. We've already got some ideas though, some plans for what we want to do outside, but we can stay inside and actually do a little gardening inside. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, bring the garden indoors. Houseplants are so wonderful. Many of them will actually clear toxins out of the air.
Yes.
They can liven up an otherwise drab corner. They give you color, texture, and it gives you a chance to continue working that green thumb a little bit. So many different ones to choose from, different light levels. You can't go wrong. Just have a look, whatever suits your fancy. Chances are there's a spot in your home where it'll work perfectly.
All right, so you've given us some great ideas on some things to prepare for and some things that we can do right now to kind of get us through the blah of winter time, those resolutions for the new year. Does that mean if I do these, I don't have to worry about losing 15 pounds?
No, I think you've still got an issue.
Well, we might be back next week. I don't know.